Hey guys, so this is day one for the month of September. This month it's chest and back. Just a little FYI, for all of the days this month, we are doing some isometric holds. So the specialization circuit for each day includes those isometric holds. Today's exercises, we're gonna start with back, we're gonna start with chest. It's gonna be done as a circuit, exercise 1, 2, and 3. We're gonna go through that circuit 3 times. Each exercise is 40 seconds this month for the specialization. So they are going to rep for 15 seconds, they're gonna hold for 10, and then they're gonna rep for 15. That's one exercise. They're gonna move to the next, do the same thing, move to the third, do the same thing, and repeat. So, the back circuit, we have 3 moves. We're gonna start with the neutral grip, pull down. So thumbs face the client, hands do not rotate. They can be standing or they can be tall kneeling. So tall kneeling, dig your toes in, extend all the way. They're gonna rep, and the hold, they're going to pull the thumbs to the armpits, drive their elbows back, squeeze their lats and their shoulder blades together, and then they're gonna rep to finish out that exercise. Exercise number 2 is a crossbody rear delt fly. So we're gonna start with an X. Hands stay in line with shoulders. They're going to reverse fly. They're gonna rep. The hold is in the back position, and then they're gonna finish the exercise with a rep. The third exercise is a TRX row. So we're familiar with this, normal hand rotation. So they're gonna row. The hold is at the top, send those elbows back, squeeze their shoulder blades to their spine, and they're going to end with a rep. So that's the 3 exercises for the back, done as a circuit 3 times, rep 15 seconds, hold 10 seconds, finish with repping for 15 seconds. Then we're gonna move into our chest. We do need the bench for the chest. So I will have these set up. We're gonna line the wheels up with the cables in the center, and the bench needs to be on the 2nd notch. So it's mid-incline. Then the red lever is at about the client's knees. Again, we have 3 exercises as a circuit. The first exercise is a fly, I believe. Yep, incline bench fly with a hold. So they are going to squeeze their palms together, keep their hands in line with their chest. They're gonna rep, they're gonna hold at the top, middle. So this is the top, this is about the middle. We're holding somewhere in the middle to keep those chest muscles engaged, and then they're gonna finish the exercise with the rep. They're gonna rest, they're probably gonna change their weight, and we're gonna go right into a press. Elbows at 90 degrees, knuckles to the ceiling, over the chest. The hold is also at the top, and then they're going to finish with their reps. Then they're gonna get up, and they're gonna do a TRX chest press. So they're gonna start with their press, repping. Their hold is at the bottom, elbows about 90, chest at handle height, and then they are going to finish with the reps. So those are the 3 exercises for their chest. And then we are going to move into our lower body. We are done with the isometric holds. So we're gonna move the bench out of the way. We need the rope. The bench will need to go flat. And I'll move this in front. So exercise 1, this lower body circuit is done as a circuit, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 times, 30 seconds each exercise, 30 seconds each leg, I think, for the hip thrust. Yep, 2 rounds, like I said, no isometric hold. So the first one is a sumo rope goblet squat. So toes point out at 45 degrees. Our feet are wider than our hips. Sink and squat for 30 seconds. Then they are going to do an upper body elevated. So that's where we put the middle of our back on the bench. Make sure that their neck follows their body. Drive through that heel. exhale, and thrust your hips from the ceiling to the floor and back up. 30 seconds each leg. Then they're going to lie down on their back. We have that S-drive push-pull. We're all familiar with that. We've been doing that for a while. And then the last exercise in this circuit is a squat hold. It essentially becomes sumo because we are going to sink and then we're going to plie, which is essentially lifting your heels off the floor. Those glutes are really activated and we're working the inner parts of our thighs there. So engage your core, keep your chest up nice and tall. So we have the sumo rope goblet squat. We have the one leg hip lift with our upper body elevated. We have the S-drive push-pull, and we have the sumo squat hold with the little plies. 2 rounds. Then we are moving on to our second upper body circuit, which is for our back. Each of these exercises is 30 seconds, no isometric holds, and we are doing each circuit 3 times. So exercise 1, 2, and 3 as a circuit 3 times through. So the first one is a seated or seated lean back row with a pronated grip. So we're not rotating, so we're gonna sit, kind of lean back. We're gonna use the handles, and it's gonna be attached to the upper S-drive loop. Knuckles up, high row, pull those handles back towards your shoulders and squeeze your shoulder blades to your spine. Exercise number 2 is a new type of Superman. It's called a W Superman, so I'm moving this down so you can see me. This Superman, we do not lift our quads off the floor. We continue to keep our toes pressed to the floor. So we're gonna lie down. The focus here is that back. We're gonna start with our arms out straight. Keep those toes grounded. As we use our back to lift our chest, we're gonna pull into a W and release. Pull into a W and release. Exhale as you go up, just like that, okay? And then the third exercise is a low to high rope pull. So it's pretty similar to what we did this week or this month. It's a little less work on the traps, a little more work to the back. We're gonna go with an underhand grip. So we're gonna grab the rope like so. Slight hinge, and we're gonna pull that rope up towards our armpits to the upper part of our rib cage. So those are our 3 exercises for our second back circuit, upper number 1. As a circuit, 1, 2, and 3, 30 seconds, 3 times through. And then we're gonna go back to our chest. We're again gonna use the bench. We do need the black handle. And the handles are all the way to the bottom. The bench is flat. And again, the wheels line up with the cable. So we have 3 exercises as a circuit, 1, 2, and 3, 30 seconds each time, 3 times. We're not changing the timing of these exercises, but for exercises 1 and 2, we're gonna work a really small range of motion. So for the fly, we're gonna lie down on our back, feet on the floor or feet on the bench. We're gonna fly from the middle to the top. So it's not a full range of motion. That's 1. Number 2, we're pressing from the bottom to the middle for the press. All right? And then the third we are familiar with. We're gonna grab a band. We did this last month or the month before. We're gonna stand. We're gonna fly. Let me start over. Start with your hands out. We're gonna do 1 fly, 1 press. 1 fly, 1 press. So it's just a matter of rotating palms together versus knuckles up in between each rep. So again, just to reiterate, it is a top range fly with a flat bench, a bottom range press, and then a standing fly to press with the band 3 times through. And then we're gonna hit our core. The core this month is the same for each day. We have 5 exercises, 45 seconds on, 15 off for the first 4. Exercise number 5 is for 1 minute. So one is a hollow hold, so we're familiar with that. We haven't done it in a while, so that'll be interesting. Kind of on your sits bones, up higher is a little bit easier, the further they lean back, obviously keeping their lower back and their shoulder blades off the floor. Arms can be up. If that's too challenging, they can sit up and just kind of keep their knees bent, and throughout the month they can slowly work on making their way down. So they hold that hollow hold for 45 seconds. The second one is a cross-body crawl, slowly. So we're gonna start with our knees extended, or you can start with them in, it doesn't matter. Our hands are right behind our ears with our elbows wide. We are not tugging on our neck, so really pay attention to that and coach it. It's essentially a bicycle. Pull that shoulder to the opposite knee as the one leg extends. Switch. So it's super slow. This is a good tempo. All right, it's not fast. Lift those shoulder blades off the floor and take your shoulder to the opposite knee. 30 seconds, or that's 45 seconds there. They can just tap their knees instead of extending their legs to make it a little bit easier. Exercise number 3 is the TRX fallout. So we are familiar with these. Grab the TRX straps, try and keep the handles together, lean up on your toes, take the handles out, exhale as you come in, take your hips with you. Really coach, squeeze those glutes and squeeze the core. That glute activation was kind of an aha moment for a lot of my clients this month, just FYI. So that's 45 seconds. Exercise number 4 is an alternating one leg reverse hip lift. So they're on their back. That foot that's not working is behind the knee. Press the toe to the ceiling as you lift your hips. Switch sides, press, and you're alternating here for 45 seconds, good and controlled. Again, that toe stays over the hip, not all the way back over their chest or their face, so we want them to control that a little bit. And then the last exercise is a plank. So they are either in an elbow plank, they can hold for 45, or 1 minute, this is a minute, or they can go up into a palm plank and hold for 1 minute if they wish. So 45 seconds on, 15 seconds rest for the first 4, and then after that 15-second rest, after the 4th exercise, they're gonna go into a 1 minute plank. And that's the end of chest and back.